Good evening, everyone. We'll begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to Godly Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka amahara ni kanzo marimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sume miyoya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no himuka no tachi hana no. Odo no ahagi hara ni. Misogi harai tamo toki ni narimaseru. Harai dono o kami tachi. Moro moro no magago to tsumi kegare o. Harai tamai kiyome tamai toma osukoto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete. Kikoshi mese to kashi komi momaosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kamnagara tamachi haemase. Kamnagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized. The health, peace, and prosperity are reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated for group Johrei. Obrigado, Meishu-sama. Bless you. Meishu-sama's teaching this evening is entitled Illness and is found on the Daily Inspirations, page 67. Teachings that guide people to true health are paths of salvation ordained by God. Do not fear illness or hardships. Accept them as God's blessings, a way of purifying us of our accumulated spiritual clouds. Even though illness is healed through prayers, we still hold medical science in high esteem. Primary purpose of Johrei is not to effect physical healing. Johrei is an action that brings about spiritual fulfillment and true happiness on earth. I say this because sickness is a form of purification, and the real cause of sickness is clouds on the spiritual body, which are dispelled through that purification. Johrei is a way by which all the negative experiences of a person can be eliminated. In this sense, poverty and conflict are also manifestations of purification. However, the most serious of all purifications is illness because it involves one's very life. Therefore, when the problem of disease is solved, other miseries, such as poverty and conflict, are automatically solved too. Since the solution of these miseries is essential for the attainment of true happiness, it needs to be clearly understood that the cause of all miseries is clouds on the spiritual body, and that the simplest and surest way to dispel clouds and attain true happiness is Johrei. Therefore, Johrei is not merely something to be used for the healing of physical illness. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service, and thank you for your constant prayers geared towards world peace and the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man-made disasters and accidents. This evening, the faith experience I want to share with you is from Fernando Pantaleon. It's from the Votuporanga Johrei Center in the state of São Paulo. Fernando is 34 years old and has been a member of our church for 9 years. However, at first he was not committed to dedications and had difficulties understanding the importance of donations of gratitude. Since childhood, his family went through many financial difficulties, and his father was unemployed for more than a year. Fernando had been working for 14 years in the financial sector of a company, as well as in training and people development. However, he was not progressing professionally. The desire to deepen his faith in 2017, he began to dedicate himself more earnestly. He both received and channeled Johrei, took part in the officiants group, and offered monthly donations of gratitude. Since intensifying our practice of faith, his financial situation improved. He began receiving performance bonuses and financial aid for professional development training. Unexpectedly, in January of 2022, he was invited to become a partner in the company. He felt very happy. He increased his gratitude donations, bought a better car, and financed an apartment. In February, he joined the Lay Leader Training Program Level 3. Through the classes, he refined his faith and grew stronger. At the end of 2022, he was experiencing conflicts with a company employee. Fernando sought guidance from his minister, who suggested he make a pilgrimage to the Guarapiranga sacred grounds to attend Meishu-sama's birthday service. He followed this guidance by the letter. There, he prayed with the wish that his company would become an instrument for the construction of paradise on earth. The following month, a new employee appeared with the exact profile they needed. When this person saw the photo of the sacred grounds on Fernando's computer screen, he became interested in learning about our church. This employee began to attend the Johrei Center regularly, enrolled in the membership course, and received the Ohikari in April 2023. In September of that year, Fernando was permitted to have the home altar dedicated in his home. That same month, his parents too joined our faith. Fernando now dedicates as a person responsible for classes, for the youth group, and for accounting, and commits himself to dedicate to the salvation of others. He ultimately expresses his deepest gratitude. Thank you very much for attending this evening service and listening to this inspiring faith experience. I wish you all a very blessed evening, and with this concludes our evening service.